One thing that we were in the seminar, Kevin put something really well. You know, he would go into a meeting with a business or something like that, okay? And he would, when he sees something getting distracted or somebody getting distracted or somebody floating off, he would do what he called disruption. And it's like, and he'd do something like spill his glass of water. Okay? I'm saying,
or ask for a glass of water.
Or ask for a glass of water, or spill a glass of water, or ask him to hang up his coat. All right? Something just completely that would take them out of the normal.
Something completely unexpected that you normally wouldn't do in this situation.
Now, that was good. So, of course, we had to take it one step further. Because the thought that came into my mind was, how many times during a meeting can you spill your water before they figure this guy's too incompetent to do anything? He can't even hold a glass of water. All right? So the idea of disruption, when things are not going your way, how do you get somebody, other than stand up and slap them in the head and sit back down, how do you get them... And believe me,
that is not a proper way to practice
disruption. It is more tempting than you probably want to imagine. Because sometimes just do it. All right?
Only if it's Tom, do it.
So the concept of disruption, you know, and it's not so much as whatever you do to disrupt something, of course you're immediately going to anchor it, all right?
Of course.
And that way you have that disruption. Anytime somebody goes in a direction you don't want them to go, boom. Yep. So I started thinking about it, started classifying it.
It's an easy way to bring about confusion.
Yeah. But you see, a lot of people, isn't that a pattern interrupt? Well, kind of yes and kind of no, but the bottom line is I like the word disruption because it actually more accurately describes what you're doing. You're scattering their brain. You're doing something so far out of left field that it just doesn't even fit the current reality. Yeah, kind of like a date that won't quit talking. That's actually... You know, rarely do you come up with something that actually is applicable. You did it that time. That was very good. All right.
I mean, and the thing is, if you think about what's unusual in this situation, whatever situation you're going into, then it's a lot easier than thinking pattern interrupt, because all you have to think of is what's different that doesn't usually happen here.
Yeah.
And you can insert it any time and anchor.
I mean, so here are the rules that I came up with that I thought would make it the most influential in those kinds of situations, all right? Number one, it has to be something that's unexpected. I mean, you could spill your water, but honestly, on a date, that's not a good plan, all right? You can... I was thinking of things like, you know, in the middle of them, like if you're trying to get somebody to stop talking, drop your fork. Drop your fork, not on the plate, just drop it on the ground. Okay? When they look like this, boom, anchor it. Does that make sense? Now you've got something unexpected. Number two, it has to be minor. Okay? Jumping up and slamming on the table will get you a restraining order.
Makes you look weird. Yeah.
Okay? It has to be so minor that they could see themselves doing that. So they can see themselves dropping a fork.
Yeah.
You know, they can see themselves, you know, knocking over the ketchup. They can see themselves doing something like that. Okay?
So it has to be within the realm of normalcy, but outside the realm of what usually happens in that situation.
Yeah. I wouldn't use looking into the distance because, honestly, most people aren't looking at you and they won't notice. It has to be something unemotional. You can't just sit there and say, oh, look, a dead baby seal. No, good idea. No, not a good idea. All right? It has to be something.
Your pattern interrupt for the talking can't be. What you said was really confusing.
Yes.
Because that would just piss them off.
Yeah. It has to be. You want to, and the way that I put it is I want to hit a pure primal response. When you drop a fork, it makes a noise. It's a little bit of a shock.
Surprise.
You want to get that surprise. Somebody spills their water. There's that little bit of, oh, crap. All right?
It's a negative.
You know, if somebody trips a little bit, you have that response to like either catch them or what I do is get out of the way, let them fall down.
Yeah.
But it's that automated boom, the quick twitch response.
Right.
And that's what you're looking for. Then you want to anchor that disruption.
Yeah.
Really, really quickly. Good question. I would say the disruption would be a negative anchor.
Yeah, I just answered it.
Definitely negative.
Already.
All right. Oh, you did?
While you were talking.
Okay.
When do you stop? No.
All right.
How do you get Tom to stop talking? Would you drop your fork? Would you write something really distracting on the screen?
Would you make fart sounds? That's what she does. sometimes out of her mouth. And
So,
all right.
and
So
yes,
used for a salesperson on a stuck point. All right. Yeah, you want to use the straight. Drop something.
drop your pen.
Drop your pen. Drop your tablet. Drop your notes. Drop your presentation folder. Whatever you do, drop it on the floor. And
anchor it.
Anchor it. Now, how do you use this? All right. The thing is this: when you use the disruption, they're going in a direction. And it's a timing thing. Okay, you want to stop fire the trigger for the disruption. Notice they go into state. As soon as you see it wearing off a little bit, like they go, oh, okay, you don't want to give them a new direction to go into while they're still in the shock kind of state, right? But you do want to hit the anchor and then take them off. And what I was really thinking about was this. Like I'm in a sales situation, and they're going, well, for instance, if someone's like, well, what's really, really important to us about price, and, there has to be price, has to be affordable, drop the fork, okay? They go, anchor it. So now you use it, boom, fire anchor for shock, get the distraction, okay? Then you can go, yeah, that is important, but let's talk about this first, okay? So you almost do hit the disruptor, move it aside with the objection destroyer, bring up what direction you want. Let's talk about this first, and price is something we can deal with later.
Yep.
All right, but because you've gone boom, they went oh, they started coming back, and you went oh, and put them here. It all happens so fast that the brain wants to immediately follow. It's like you've thrown a drowning person into the water and thrown them a little piece of foam to hang on to.
You've thrown a drowning person into the water.
Okay, so you throw a person into the water.
Wrong
and
sequence.
Drowning.
Start over.
Take that, reverse it, put it backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but if you throw someone into the water and then give them a slight little thing to float onto, they'll grab it.
Yeah.
So when you disrupt them, move something away, the next thing that you put in its place,
they pretty much forget where they are.
The brain wants
They're
to get
confused.
back on track. It doesn't know where on track is.
And you tell them where.
Yeah, it'll grab right onto that bit of information. Does that make sense? All right, so disruption. Okay, it's a disruption technique. And I want you guys to start thinking about when things aren't going your way, what can you do?